Um, yeah. So this falls under part of the video documentation series that I'm building for building Tuto. It just kind of shows the behind the scenes of building this application. So where I'm at with the building process. So the last update that I did, I just posted it. It was a demonstration of the direction that we're taking. So if you look at the application, from we moved from a learning platform that provides content and information for everything to a much more specific learning platform where we're providing digital skills, right? I think this is based on seeing how high quality results that our model kind of generates when it comes to digital courses. Um, so I think the focus then becomes okay, you come through our platform, you want to learn a digital skill. And then we provide you with a model that provides you with content like relevant articles, relevant videos. We're about to look into that. Like, how do we generate video articles that you could watch? So at the current moment, we started off creating articles, right? So you would speak to our model, you speak to Tutor. It's like, hey, I want to learn cybersecurity, and then it gives you links of articles. So what I've noticed is that most of those links are not relevant, right? It would create it would create it would make up articles. That's how bad this thing wants to please you. So it would make up articles, and I kind of saw I was like, okay. Plus, with regards to like the whole user experience, if it takes you out of the application, it doesn't constitute to like a good user experience. So my thinking is, okay, cool. Let's generate articles that are relevant to that topic, right? And then if the articles that are generated are hallucinated, we need to provide a feedback that tells us so that we could add, right, so or we could filter into the system so that next time it doesn't hallucinate on that part. So technically I think that's the direction where I would want to take it, but the way that we've designed it now is that you come to it, then it generates this content for you. So let's say you start off with like cybersecurity. You say, okay, I want to learn cybersecurity. What it does is that it takes cybersecurity, it breaks it down into the chapters that you will read, right? Depending on what type of level you are. So if you're a beginner, it'll start you off with like an introduction to cybersecurity, and then you could read the course that it generated for you. And then once you're confident with your understanding of the course, you could take a test. So what it does, it also generates questions, and then it generates answers, and then it marks your the response that you give it, and then it assesses your understanding. So it looks at your understanding. It's like, okay, you have an understanding of cybersecurity. From that point on, it moves you on to the next topic. So the way that I designed it in a manner of it shows you what you need, right? Because I think the trouble or the problem that we kind of face when learning new content is that we try to take as much information as we need. And then in most cases, that is detrimental. So if you'd have a system that can only give you what you need. So I think essentially what I'm trying to mimic is I'm trying to mimic the relationship that I have with someone who teaches me something. So my senior at work, she's a head of design. So with regards to some of the content that she shares with me, it's very relevant. You know what I mean? So if I'm struggling with just kind of like designing objects that reflect light, she would recommend proper articles for me. She would recommend proper videos for me. And then what is required is for me to learn. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to emulate that essence of her and put it in a model, and then allow everybody to have that essence. So essentially what Tutor will be Tutor will be a system that is rooting for you to win, and it will give you the most relevant information based upon the internet. So what we're going to do is that we're going to view the internet as a back end, right? Um, yeah, I think what AI is going to allow us to do is put the AI as a front end and the internet as a back end. So what it will do is that it will filter out all the necessary information and then give it to you. So if you want to become a great cybersecurity person, or if you want to become like a great coder, if you want to become an AI expert, then you come to Tudo, right? And then you have an interaction with Tudo. Um, so yeah, the the version that we put out kind of handles that, right? It handles the information giving, even though it's not that accurate. I think the more we train it, the more we fine tune it. I think that's the next thinking. It's like, how do we fine tune it to a point where it provides you the most relevant information? Um, Information being articles, being links, being videos. Um, yeah, so that's just an update for now.